Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we're getting a little bit businessy up in here. Ever since I left my job and started my own full-time digital marketing agency, I've become that person who is just like telling everyone and all my friends like, start a business, leave your jobs, like come join me on the light side. I was gonna say dark side, but that didn't seem appropriate. Anyway, it has been a really exciting journey and I'm excited this year to kind of share more videos that are behind the scenes of me and what I do with my business and building my business and all that kind of stuff, because I love watching businessy vlogs and videos on YouTube. I find it so inspiring, so I'm excited to do some more of that content this year. To kick things off, I thought I would do a video all about how to start your own social media marketing agency. For those of you who have followed Tara and mine's channel for a while, you'll know that I started my agency a year ago. It wasn't even an agency then, it was just like my little tiny side hustle. So that was a year ago, and then 2 months ago I actually quit my full-time job and have left to do my own business full-time, which is super exciting. So today I have 6 steps for you if you are someone out there who is wanting to become a social media marketer. And yeah, I don't know why I picked 6 steps. It doesn't have a good ring to it like 5 or 10, but 6 is what I could think of. They were important, so I'm rolling with it. Step number 1 is just to start. And you're probably thinking that's the lamest advice anyone has ever given in a video about social media marketing. But hear me out, let me explain. When it comes to starting any kind of business, I feel like people procrastinate so much these days. And you spend months trying to get your website ready, trying to get the perfect logo, trying to design business cards, trying to come up with your business name. All of these things take up so much time and energy, and to be honest, you don't need any of them. What you should be doing is going out and finding clients and putting all your energy into that. So when I first started doing freelance social media management and marketing, I did not have a business name, I didn't have a website, I literally had nothing. And when I'd finished with one of my first clients, they were like, oh my god, your stuff is so amazing, I want to tag you on Instagram, what's your business name? And I literally sat there being like, what's the name of my business? It was only then that I actually came up with Dishing Up Digital, which if you didn't know, that's my business name. And my next step was from there was to make a little Instagram account so that people could tag me and help promote my stuff. What I didn't do though was waste time designing a website, because I didn't know if this idea was going to work out as a business. I didn't know how much money I was going to make, didn't want to spend the little money that I was making on designing a website. So I actually only put a website live 2 months ago when I left and decided to do this full time, because obviously at that point I was like, gotta look a little more legit now, Alan. But I just feel like so many people have such great ideas for any kind of business, or such potential to have a social media business or photography business or anything, and they're just so held back by these little things that at the end of the day don't matter. You can book clients without having a website. You can do all of these things without having business cards. So that is why I've put this as my number 1 step, or my number 1 tip, because you've just got to start, you've just got to do it. Stop putting it off, stop making up excuses, do it now. This also brings me to my next step, which is work for clients for free. Now this is a little bit controversial. I know a lot of freelancers, a lot of creators will be like, no, you know, you're worth the money, you've got skills, make people pay you. But this is just how it worked for me in starting my business, so I kind of wanted to share my thoughts on this. I took on 2 free clients when I first started in the first kind of like month and a half, 2 months, and I put a hell of a lot of work into those clients, so it does pain me a little bit that I didn't get paid for those jobs. But I know it's really hard to actually book clients when you don't have any sort of like portfolio or any like hard experience. You know, you might have been like me, I had my own blog and YouTube channel and Instagram for 8 years, so technically I had experience, but I didn't have experience working for, you know, a product-based business or, you know, an actual business. Does that make sense? I ended up using all of the work from those 2 free clients as a little portfolio. I put those out on social media as examples of my work, and I booked like so many clients from that. So I think you've just got to put in a little bit of free work and you will eventually be rewarded. Step number 3 is to get educated. Now, by clicking on this video, I'm assuming you already have some kind of interest in social media marketing. You've got some experience, whether it's running your own Instagram or just like genuinely quite interested in the topic. And I'm definitely not saying that you need to go out and get some kind of like fancy online degree or qualification in social media, because I think those are a little bit overrated, to be honest. I don't have any sort of qualification like that. I have a university degree in communications, but I actually majored in journalism. I didn't study social media at the university. It's something that I purely taught myself, and I relied on a lot of YouTube videos just like this one. I read lots of blogs and articles, some quite like business related ones that were focusing on like changes in Facebook algorithm, and then more personal ones of other social media marketers who were doing what I wanted to do. And podcasts were actually like one of my favorite ways to learn more about social media. I could just like pop on my headphones on the bus ride and yeah, make use of my commute. And I did occasionally listen to podcasts at my desk while I was at work, meant to be writing stories. I will admit that. There was though this really cool quote that I kind of learned, which was a massive, I guess, turning point for me when I first started my business, and it went at something along the lines of, you don't have to be an amazing, incredible, top of the line expert in your field. You just need to know more than your client. And it sounds a little bit cheeky when you put it like that, but I guess I went into this kind of field thinking that I didn't know that much about social media and that I wasn't an expert. But when you put yourself next to someone who is a small business owner, maybe they make candles, you know, they don't have time. They don't spend the amount of time that you do on Instagram, and your information that you might think is common knowledge is actually super valuable. So I'm someone who always supports like getting educated, staying up with the latest trends, always reading new information, but never undervalue the information that you already have. Number 4 is finding your niche. Now this is something that I definitely did not do when I started. I was taking any client under the sun, anyone who wanted to work with me. I had a huge variety of clients. I had like beauty and fashion, then I had pet food, then I had a pet food subscription box, then I had someone who made outdoor art installations, so many random things. Whereas now that I'm almost a year into my business, I have specialized in fashion and beauty. All of my clients are kind of sort of in a very similar genre, and I actually think in the long run it has helped me massively. I've kind of positioned myself as like the social media expert in New Zealand in this genre. So when a client comes across my website and they have a fashion brand, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she knows everything about Instagram, running some sort of like fashion label on Instagram. Whereas if you put me next to someone who's just a very generalized social media manager, I look a lot more attractive to this client. And those are the clients that I actually want to bring in and I want to draw into my business, because I love working with fashion and beauty brands. It's something that, I mean, obviously you can tell by our YouTube channel, I love that kind of stuff, and it brings me so much joy. It makes my job so much more exciting. And yeah, number 5 is to get off your butt and actually start pitching to clients. You can't just sit around doing nothing expecting that someone's going to come along and find your Instagram and think that you look really awesome and they want to hire you and pay you lots of money. Now that I'm a year into my business, I am lucky enough that I do have people coming across my website and I'm booking clients that way. But when you're first starting out, you really need to hustle. So the way that I booked my first lot of clients was I joined a whole bunch of female business groups on Facebook, and I would put little posts up on there being like, hey, I'm Ellen, I'm a social media manager. I can make your Instagram look this good, girl. Like kind of just trying to be really chatty and casual, because that suited my target market and who I wanted to work with and who I wanted my clients to be. And often when I got any sort of comment or message replying to that, I would send these people would just be like, how much does this cost? Or like, what's the price of your service? Or something super basic. And I would email them like a massive thorough pitch. I would do like a full free audit of their Instagram, tell them all the things that I could improve, what they needed to change, and I would try so hard to impress them with that pitch, even though there was a chance that maybe they weren't actually gonna sign with me. Maybe I was too expensive, or maybe they just wanted something completely different. But I've found if you actually put the work in, instead of just replying and being like, oh, I'm charged $500 a month, full stop, thanks, let me know if you have any questions, you really have to sell yourself and show these people how much value you can bring to the table. And it's the same when I would do like cold pitches. I email a lot. I know some people encourage you to do like phone calls to try like prospect new clients, but I know that I'm much better pitching over email. But I would find brands on Instagram and I would send them a message and do the same thing, create a giant pitch, show them what areas I could improve, what they needed to change, And people reacted really well to that. They would be amazed. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you for putting all that time into this. Like, you are showing them straight off the bat that you work really hard, that you know your stuff, and that you can really transform their social media. And that has been my most effective method in booking clients. Sure, you have to put some work in, but I guess that was the main point of this point, is that you gotta work hard to make your agency a success. And now we are on to my final point for how to start your own social media marketing business in 2020, and that is to never forget to market yourself. If you want to be helping other businesses build their Instagram page, then you have to be leading by example and showing up on your own social media, using everything like Instagram stories, Instagram TV, posting really good captions, engaging with your own followers and your own audience. And I don't mean you have to become like an influencer per se. I just mean, like, when I look at a social media manager and look at their website, I'm like, hey, that's cool, and then I click across to their Instagram and they've only got like 50 followers and their last post was from 3 months ago. It's just not impressive to me. It doesn't seem like this person really knows their stuff. And I'll also say that Instagram has been my #1 source for leads. It's where I book most of my new clients these days. It's people who either stumble across my Instagram, or maybe they've been following me for a while and they constantly see me showing up on stories, showing behind the scenes of my business, not only like my content, but just general stuff running my business and behind the scenes of photo shoots and what I'm doing every day. You're showing up, and people are attracted to other people more than they're attracted to just the stylized, for example, my business, Dishing Up Digital. Sometimes that isn't as attractive as Alan McKenzie from Auckland. You know, people connect to other people, they connect to humans. It's natural. So that brings this video to an end, and I really hope you guys liked it. Make sure you are subscribed if you're new to my channel, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. My sister Tara and I make really awesome fashion, beauty and lifestyle content, and yeah, I had fun filming this one. So let me know in the comments below what kind of like more businessy videos you would like to see like this. Tara's really keen to do like a story time chatty thing about her career and transitioning from like science to fashion, because I think that's really interesting. So let me know in the comments and I'll like hustle her and get her to film that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye!